Hi everyone, Radhe Radhe. So we're doing chapter 3, verse 9 right now, and it is more of understanding Karma Yoga, doing the action, and not worrying about the fruits of the action, and doing it as a sacrifice for God. So here he is talked about yagya, which means sacrifice. So let's sing the verse and we will get right to it. Yagyarthat कर्म यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणो यन्यत्र लोकोऽयं कर्म बन्धनः तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्तसङ्गः समाचर. So यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणो यन्त्र. Yagyarthat karmano nyantra. Okay, so the translation is work done as a sacrifice for God, for Vishnu, has to be performed. Otherwise, work causes bondage in this material world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, prescribe, which is Arjun, prescribe your prescribed duties for his satisfaction, and in that way you will always remain free from bondage. So yagyarthat, done only for the sakes of yagya, for the sakes of sacrifice, for the sakes of Vishnu, for the sakes of the Supreme Lord. Karmana, then work. So that work do only for the sakes of Vishnu. Otherwise, loka, world, I am this karma bandhana. Karma is a work, bandhan is like bondage, So otherwise, you will be bonded by that. You'll create bondage from that work. Tadartham karma kanteya, tadartham of him, for the sake of work, Kaunteya, O son of Kunti, which is Arjun, Mukta Sangha Samachara, liberated from, you will perfectly. So you will be perfectly liberated from, if you do it for the sakes of him, if you do work for the sakes of him or for the sakes of God, then you will be Mukta Sangha, liberated, perfectly liberated, O Arjun. So work. Okay, so now I like the Swami Mukundanand one here much, like a lot, the commentary as well as the translation. Work must be done as a yagya, as a sacrifice. So Chaitanya Charan Prabhu here explains the concept of yagya. Yagya is sacrifice. So I am giving up something for the sakes of God. I am sacrificing something for the sakes of God. So when we do fire sacrifices and rituals around that, then the idea is that we're sacrificing to Agni Dev and it goes directly to Vishnu. So we're giving up something and we're giving it to Vishnu. So that is the concept of sacrifice. So here he explains, work must be done as a yagya to the Supreme Lord, otherwise work causes bondage in this material world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, for the satisfaction of God, perform your prescribed duties without being attached to the results. So this whole thing from chapter 2 has been about do your work and don't be attached to the results. It is just so hard for me. Like everything I'm doing for results, right? I'm following a diet, I'm doing for results. I'm doing this studying, I'm doing. I mean, I think this kind of result is okay. I mean, wanting to create bhakti for God, wanting to create a relationship with God, that kind of a result is okay. That's a spiritual result that we're desiring, not a material result that we're desiring. But I mean, even materially, right? Like I want my health and I want to make money. I'm doing a job because I want to make money. I want to just everything I'm doing for something material. So I really don't understand it. This is just so complicated for me. It's so complicated. But I'm sure I'm not the first person who really doesn't understand it, and maybe I will at some point. So yeah, what he says is work done for the enjoyment of one's senses and the gratification of one's pride is the cause of bondage in this material world. The pride thing I totally understand. We don't need to be proud. Like it doesn't matter. But the gratification of senses, like, yeah, I mean, don't we want good health, and don't we want to eat healthy so that we have good health, and don't we want to make money so that we can just survive, so that we can eat healthy, so that we can, I mean, I don't know, so that I can travel to India and travel to Vrindavan when I want to. I mean, it's just so much. So work done for the, yeah. So while work performed as a yajna or sacrifice for the pleasure of Supreme Lord liberates one from the bonds of Maya and attracts divine grace. So, the interesting thing is, he says, is if we do not perform actions as a sacrifice to God, we will be forced to work to gratify our mind, because we are forced to work in either one of the two modes. We cannot remain without working for even a moment, because our mind cannot remain still. So either we do it as a sacrifice for God, or we do it for the senses. So there's no two ways about it. You have to choose one or the other, and if you choose to do it as a sacrifice for God, then you are liberated from the um, material bondage. Okay, so that's it for today. We'll do chapter 3, verse 10 tomorrow. Wish you all a very, very beautiful day. Radhe Radhe.